God, we stay turned up in here. Woo! I see ya. Hold on to some of that good old energy, y'all. Y'all are so fun. I love your energy. It's so good. Y'all stay turned up, huh? And you're extra turned up, huh? Sure, I heard it is Fat Tuesday? Y'all know what that means? You know what that means? It's Mardi Gras? Right? Okay. Now, thank y'all for not, throwing them shirts up on me when I tossed you. The thing, this is a family show, okay? We're gonna keep it in the family way. Y'all didn't flash me, so that's a good little thing. But it was fun to toss it to you. I came to learn more about the Mardi Gras. Y'all gonna teach me something about it today? But I got my mug this is my Mardi Gras mug. Y'all see it? Check it out. Of course, I'm gonna show you the purple side right here. Then you gotta see my good old feathers I brought out for it too. Yes, as you know, the Mardi Gras happens in New Orleans, as we know. I grew up when I was younger. I think my sister said she drove us to New Orleans. So she was 16. And that was her first time driving. So I had to be about 12, I guess, at the time. Now, we didn't go to the Mardi Gras, okay? But all I remember is all these naked people hanging out of windows. Now, if I don't know what's going on now, I sure didn't know what was happening then, you know what I mean? So that's why I was like, okay, y'all gonna have to school me on this and bring me up to speed on exactly how the Mardi Gras works. But I did also perform for the annual Essence Festival that happens there. I got a few pictures for you. That's me back then. I remember singing at the Essence Fest. And what I remember most about New Orleans is the heat, because I love some heat. And it being real hot, and it was definitely hot during that time. And then when I sang for the event, Lord, those people were so mad at me because I forgot to sing, and I am telling you. So I'm going to take this opportunity to let the Essence Fest know if I ever come back and sing again, I promise I'm going to sing, and I am telling you. That's just my memory from it, okay? New Orleans is more than Mardi Gras. The city has a rich culture, especially in music. Now, I don't think I knew this because, it's the home of jazz music. Did you know that? I know it's a very musical place. And its founding fathers, such as one of my favorites, Louis Armstrong, who sings give him a hand. He sings I think this is like in my top 3 favorite songs. What a Wonderful World. Y'all know that song? I see trees of green, clouds of white on its day. And I think to myself, what a wonderful. Y'all better sing! We cannot leave out the gospel great Miss Mahalia Jackson. Yes, she's a New Orleans native. We're getting some good history from this, aren't we? Oh, and some of my favorites are from New Orleans. My good friend and nobody else. Anybody watch me on season 3 of American Idol? Okay. Well, you may know my friend George Huff. He's from my season of American Idol. Yes, we've been friends ever since then. And I thought George was crazy when I first met him on American Idol. But God told me, go back and talk to that young man, and we have been best friends ever since. Okay? He's also my MD. And when I talk about Louisiana, I have to mention Mama Knows. She wasn't born in Louisiana, but she has roots there. That's Miss Knows. I feel like I'm one of her, at least her adopted daughter, Mama Knows. I love her so much. She's such a beautiful spirit. I got to go to her 60th masquerade birthday party, which was in New Orleans. So here's a few photos from that. Yes. So has anyone ever been to the Mardi Gras? Because I told you. Okay, well, I need y'all help. I want to hear some of these stories about your experiences. Oh, look at Caesar. You're going to tell on yourself. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name and where you from?
Julie from Temecula, California.
All right. I want to hear these Mardi Gras stories.
Well, just when you think it's safe to take your mother to a nursing conference.
Oh.
It happened to be in Louisiana during Mardi Gras. So we're walking down the street. My mother in her 60s, she's been getting proposed to 4 times. And the oldest was 34, and here she's in her 60s. And of course, my mom didn't know she was going to be drinking that much. She ended up saying yes to all 4 of them.
She got engaged?
4 times on Bourbon Street.
Oh, okay.
Needless to say, I only made it to one of the conferences that weekend trying to take care of my mother.
Thank you for sharing that.
So just a warning.
Huh?
Just a warning if you do go Mardi Gras, because she had more beads than any of those ladies that were going like this.
She did. Mama was getting her life, huh?
She had a great time.
I see.
So warning, lots of beads, lots of people walking over.
Lots of beads.
And watch all the alcohol and getting proposed to if you go to Mardi Gras.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Who's next? Hello, what's your name and where are you from?
Hi, my name is Dina, and I'm from Highland, California.
All right. What's your Mardi Gras story?
So my sister and I and a friend went for a few days, and we thought it was going to be cool, a little walking tour that you got to taste a little sample from a restaurant, but you also got a drink. So we thought we'd get little sample drinks. No, they gave us full-on drinks.
Oh.
So by the end of this walking tour, we weren't walking too much. We were stumbling. So just be careful for those Sazeracs. Yeah, those are deadly.
Hey, how did y'all get to where y'all was going?
We had a leader that was leading us, and we just kind of, against each other. And then, the beads, you got to show a little something, something.
Show a little something, something.
And
Yes, ma'am. Carry on. I want to hear the rest of this. What else you got?
So there was a parade, and there was people up on there dancing, and they were throwing the beads, and I might have went home with some beads.
Might have. Oh, okay. Have you been back since?
I have not, but I would love to take, because I didn't take my husband, so.
Is she gonna come back with beads next time, husband? He said, No, Jennifer, sit down. Thank you for sharing that. Give me one more. Hello, what's your name and where are you from?
Hi, my name's Jane. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. So I went to New Orleans for Mardi Gras one year with my boyfriend at the time. We were with his fraternity, and they're having a formal there. So you already know it's going to get kind of wild. Mm-hmm. And when you start drinking, you kind of can get a little argumentative, and maybe you fight a little more about things that are just a little stupid, but it's fine. So we're at a bar, and my boyfriend of 2 months, we are in a huge fight about engagement. Why? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't really remember, so I am getting told about this later. But it was a huge spectacle, and it's funny to laugh about, but I will say, spoiler alert, we are not engaged now, and I'm single. So maybe don't do that.
We got that memo. Thank you for sharing that. So your mama ended up with 4 engagements, and you say you know. Got it. So I shouldn't look for a husband in New Orleans, huh? Thank y'all for sharing those stories with me. We got a great show. We'll be right back. Our first guest is one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He's also an activist, writer, and producer. Please welcome the incredible Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We're all fanning out.
Why is that?
Oh my God.
That's wonderful.
It is such an honor to have you here on the show.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, we've met before, right? Do you remember?
I don't know.
You know what? I didn't remember either. Look, but right here we took this photo.
Okay.
Don't you think I look quite tall?
Well, you're getting there.
I'm getting there? Okay, I thought I was tall until I stood next to you now.
Yeah, everything is relative. You know that.
Yes, sir. Now, you've accomplished a lot. You're probably the most accomplished person to ever sit on this couch. Do you understand? Y'all gotta hear this. Okay, let me make sure I get this right. 6-time NBA champion and 6-time MVP. Sit with that. 19-time NBA All-Star. What? Recipient of Presidential Medal of Freedom, New York Times best-selling author of 17 books, and holds 8 honorary doctorate degrees. That's... Who does that? Oh my God. How do you feel hearing that?
Well, I'm proud of it. Sometimes it surprises me that you kept talking there. I did all of that, you know?
Yes, you have.
Yeah, I guess I have.
Oh my goodness, it's so amazing. I was like, wow, I did one little book, he did 17. My God. That is, you give us so much to aspire to. So we honor you, I have to say that. Okay.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So you had a reunion with the Showtime Lakers a few months ago.
Oh, yeah.
What was it like getting back together?
It was great. It was good seeing all the guys. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's all the guys that played at Showtime. We all got together and went over to Maui and spent, 5 or 6 days remembering things, remembering who owed us money, who cheated at cards, all of those things.
Did you all play at all? Any basketball at all?
No. We had a fake practice where we looked like we were practicing, but we weren't. And Magic took pictures and shared them with everybody. But it was a fun time. It was
It
good
looks
seeing
like an amazing
some
time.
of the guys I hadn't seen since I retired, and that was 30 odd years ago.
30 odd years ago. That had to be an
39,
amazing
yeah.
reunion.
Yeah, it was, and it was fun. I'm glad I went.
Well, back in the day, did y'all ever pull any pranks on each other?
All the time.
All the time?
All the time. I remember one time I left Boston Gardens and they had cut up my jeans.
They cut up your jeans?
Well, they were getting even with me for some of the tricks I had played on them. We had a really good one where we switched shirts. Two guys that used to hang out together, Larry Spriggs and Mike McGee, they often dressed alike, and they came in one night wearing the same exact shirt, except Larry was a lot bigger than Mike, right? So Mike had to go get a stitch because he got clipped in his eye. He had to go get a stitch at the hospital. So at halftime, we switched their shirts. And when he went to put on his shirt at the hospital, the shirt looked like a blanket. And it took them a while before they could change shirts again and, get their wardrobes back in line.
Sound like y'all had to stay on y'all toes around each other, huh?
Well, some of the part of being a professional athlete, you got to deal with boredom. You got to go someplace, you got to study plays, know them, you got to go over them again, and you got to go to practice and go over it again, and once you get it down, it's repetitive, and it can be boring. So, we do the best we can to keep it light, entertain each other.
Entertain each other.
Guys that are into music. I was the librarian, I made sure all the guys had good things to read that hadn't had.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, Magic Johnson was here early in the season. What was it like when you two first met?
Oh, it was funny. It was funny. Magic's first couple of weeks with the Lakers was hilarious because he was a devoted fan of the rock group Parliament Funkadelic.
Oh.
So he'd have that on his box, and we could hear him when he got into the parking lot. We could hear Parliament. We could hear.
You could hear him coming.
There he comes. Comes through the door. But we had a lot of ways that we used to haze the rookies. And his rookie year, he was my guy, and he had to get my newspaper every morning.
Magic Johnson.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
And he got it, too.
Now, when he was here recently, he talked about his yacht vacation, and I haven't gotten an invite. Have you got an invite to the yacht vacation?
I was hoping you got an invitation.
Nope.
And then maybe I could come with you.
See, we have to figure that thing out.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we'll spend more time down at Magic's house.
That's what the trick is.
So we can get on the list. Maybe.
Okay. Okay, I thought it needed certain height requirements. So I'm trying to get in there.
Well, hey, listen, a star like you, don't worry about it.
I'll take that from you. Thank you for that. We got to talk about LeBron James. How do you feel about him breaking your record with most points scored?
Well, hey, LeBron has earned it.
Yes.
He's worked hard for 20 years. I mean, more power to him. You know, I didn't really play to deal with records. I wanted to lead my team to the championship. And I was fortunate enough to win, to be on the winning team 6 times.
6 times.
And we played, and I was MVP twice, and you know, I'm satisfied with that. You can't have everything for too long. You know, records were made to be broken, and more power to LeBron. I hope he enjoys it and does all that he wants to do during his career and after his career. He's had an incredible career. He does incredible things off the court and on the court. Off the court, he sent a whole school district to college. Wow.
You set a great example.
That's an incredible example. And then on the court, you saw he's crushed everybody for a couple, like 20 years now. So he deserves it, and I hope he enjoys it.
Wow. You heard it. More with Kareem. We'll be right back. You're launching your first ever fan club. Tell us what it's about.
Well, let's see. We're trying to get kids interested in science, technology, engineering, and math. And I have a program I'm doing with the United Los Angeles School District where we send kids to camp for 4 nights and 5 days.
Nice.
And they do science, technology, engineering, and math experiments out in the open. They observe the night sky. They do water samples. They do soil samples and learn about what flora and fauna are all about and how important they are to preserving our ecosystem. And
that's amazing.
Yeah. So it's
okay.
campskyhook.org if you want to learn more about it.
We definitely do.
And if you want to help us, we're begging. So
we would love to. We love helping out the babies.
Yeah.
You also have a weekly online column. Tell us about that.
Well, I have a column with Substack, and I do 1 or 2 articles a week. And, you know, I talk about everything.
Nice.
Sports, politics, you know, race, you name it. I try and talk about it when it's pertinent.
Yes. Is it true that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. inspired you to write?
Well, you know, when I was between my junior and senior year in high school, I took part in a program, a workshop program. I was in the journalism workshop. And the gentleman who started this program, Dr. Clark, he invited, he was good friends with Dr. King, and he invited him to address the participants in the program. So Dr. King came to address us, and I was in the journalism workshop, and they picked me to go with all of the reporters that were traveling with Dr. King. He had just gotten Man of the year before, and he would get the Nobel Peace Prize later in 1964. So the press was with him all the time. So they let me be, I was the tallest journalist out there with him. And I got to, you know, interact with him and ask him a question. And he told me that the program was going to succeed because we were already thinking about how to make our community, Harlem, a better place. And meeting someone like that stays with you.
Of course.
You don't forget that, especially what happened afterwards. You know, within 4 years, he had been assassinated. And, you know, part of my activism has so much to do with the example that he set. And, you know, we are very lucky to have had someone like him to show us the way to go.
Yes. I'm blessed to have you share this with us today. So you once played music with Muhammad Ali?
Yeah. I met Muhammad Ali actually to sit and talk with him at a party during my freshman year at UCLA. And he was fooling around with a guitar. So I slipped in behind him, got behind the drum set and tried to back him up. We didn't make anything but noise, but it looks good in the picture. Though.
It looks great in the picture.
Yeah.
Will you stick around for a little bit more with Kareem? We'll be right back. Now, in your weekly column, you have a section called Kareem's Short Takes. So we thought it would be fun to get your take on a few things. Ready?
Okay.
All right. What TV show are you currently watching?
I'm currently watching The Last of Us. Because there's nothing like a zombie movie to take your mind off of the fact that eggs cost too much.
I love that answer. Okay.
Poker Face.
Poker Face?
Poker Face because it's about someone who, finally, they've updated Columbo, okay? And The Hunters, season 2, because it really satisfies my soul to see Nazis get what they deserve.
This is a good one. Did you have a celebrity crush growing up, and who was it? Don't y'all want to know?
To tell you the truth, it was Sophia Loren. If I quote the Maltese Falcon, she was the stuff that dreams are made of.
Kareem got game.
Exotic looking, curvy, fiery, and with an Italian accent.
All right.
I thought that she should have been elected, given a Nobel Prize for sexy.
Woo! Oh my goodness. Okay. What music is best to sing in the shower?
I would have to say Marvin Gaye.
Gone.
Yeah, I don't have to shampoo, so I can get through half of I Heard It Through the Grapevine before I'm finished. You know? I'm in and out.
Oh my God. Oh, this is a good one. When is it the most difficult to have such long legs?
When I have to sit in the movie theater for a really long film, you know, after 2.5 hours of Avatar 2, man, I got to get up. And my legs was like rusted tin cans. And if anybody was behind me, they would have got off that I had to get up and use the restroom. Because it would take me 5 minutes, you know? But there you go.
That's a good one. What's a food you can never say no to?
That would have to be Thai food.
Thai food is good.
I think watching all those martial arts movies when I was a kid made me appreciate Asian culture to a large degree. And when I got older, I visited many of those countries and got a taste of their real culture, their art, their traditions, and the food. So, you know, Thai food is kind of like Sophia Loren. It's exotic and fiery, you know? No, but I love the noodles, the curry, the peanut sauce.
Yes.
The meat crab. You know, this is making me hungry.
Me too.
You don't have a Thai restaurant around here, do you?
Nah, but we could get you something to eat. It's the happy place. We'll feed you now.
I'm just kidding.
All right, he said, Jennifer, I'm just joking. Okay, now, you know, my son, he loves some basketball, and his dream is to be in the NBA. Do you have any advice for little David? And he want to be your height, too.
Well, there's nothing I can do about that. He would have to talk to my parents about that. But as far as the game is concerned, just have David, as long as he's having fun out there on the court, let him go. He needs...
You hear that, David?
He should be having fun, and he should learn the fundamentals. So that when he wants to be, you know, whatever his size is, he'll have people he can emulate that were outstanding, you know, like LeBron or Steph Curry, or there'll be a lot of people that he can emulate and model his game after, and he'll do okay. And if he doesn't have the talent, then he doesn't. But as long as he's having fun, learning the game and playing it, let him go on.
Thank you so much for that. You hear that, little David? Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. To find out more about his fan club and weekly column, head to KareemAbdul-Jabbar.com. We'll be right back. next guest was one of the stars of one of the biggest shows of all time, The Big Bang Theory. Now she's starring on Night Court on NBC. Take a look.
All right, everybody. It's court o'clock, and you made it during Abby Hour. All decisions, half price.
Judge, are you limping?
A bit. I got a little hit by a cab, and somehow the driver got angrier than I did.
So, still getting the hang of New York, huh?
You know what they say, you're not a real New Yorker until you pay the guy who just ran you over $45 to drive you to the hospital.
Please welcome Melissa Rauch.
Hi, everybody. Hi. I am such a big fan of yours. Oh, thank you. I'm so excited to be here. I remember watching you on American Idol and just being absolutely amazed by you. And then I remember going and seeing you in Dreamgirls and you just blowing my mind.
Thank you.
I just love watching your career, and I think you're just so extraordinarily talented.
Thank you so much. I think the world of you.
Thank you.
Now, I hear you and Kareem are good friends.
Okay, so I'm so thrilled that he's here. We met on The Big Bang Theory. He did a guest star on that, and I was so excited. Oh, it's Aaron Jones. And then I saw him backstage, and I was just so excited to get to see him again. And he was so, we took another picture. Wait a minute.
Oh, you guys took another one? I was gonna ask you any taller.
I think I grew.
You know, I was thinking that.
I think I grew a little bit.
Oh, you
it might
got
be
him
the
now.
heels. It might be the heels, but
See.
I'm taking my vitamins. I still got a chance. Next time I see him, we're gonna be head to head.
You will.
Just watch.
You will, but you gotta wear a super high heel for
You're
that.
right. You're right.
Okay, so get your practice in. Now, you're from New Jersey?
I'm from New Jersey originally.
Okay. Did being in New Jersey help you prepare for your career in Hollywood?
You know, I think it did in some ways. I think that Jersey is a really great training ground for how harsh this business can be. Like, when you go to Jersey, you never really get a compliment ever. And even if you're not someone who wants compliments, it makes you thirsty for them in a it's like the Sahara going through there. You're not gonna get it. And there's something like, I sort of call it like an uncompliment there, because people will acknowledge what you're doing, but it'll sort of be like, I saw your new show. And then they're like, oh, you're like, yeah, so it's on Tuesday nights. Oh, I have tacos on Tuesday. So, and then it's gonna be hard to compete with people's dinner plans, but okay, good for you. Good for you. You're doing a show. Good for you.
That was excellent.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Let's talk about Big Bang Theory. Was it like working on such a huge show?
Oh goodness, it was such a dream come true.
I love this show.
Thank you so much. I mean, I still don't know that I fully processed what that whole experience was. Right before I got cast as Bernadette, I was literally at the unemployment office the week before that job. Yeah, and I was just supposed to be there for the week, and then they said I was going to do a couple more episodes, and the fact that it turned into that, I'm just so endlessly grateful.
Man, we are grateful because we love that show. Now you're starting in Night Court, the revival. Tell us about your character and what it's about.
So this is Night Court, and it's the show that we all knew and loved in the 80s and 90s. And I come back as Abby Stone, who is the daughter of the late Harry Stone, and following in her father's footsteps as the new judge at this Manhattan arraignment court in the middle of the night. And John Larroquette is back as Dan Fielding. It's incredible. And we have this amazing cast and just off the charts, hilarious and wonderful writers. And what I love about it is that people who love the original incarnation, there's so much for them that they will remember, and nostalgia and just all these little Easter eggs that they will remember from the original. And then for people who don't have any prior knowledge of it, they can come into it with fresh eyes, and they don't need to have, that familiarity with it either.
That's cool. And your husband, Winston, you guys work on the show together. Like, what is it like working together?
It's great. We started as writing partners years ago in college, and I was thinking about the other day, because we've been together for so long, and because our working relationship started so long ago, I realized that I was just a lot gentler in my communication when we originally started working together. I'd be like, oh my God, that's such a good idea. Oh, that's so funny. That's a really great thinking. And now I'm like, no, it could be funnier, it could be better. You've had better ideas.
You're
Move
tougher
on.
now, huh?
Yeah.
And your kids, they really think you're a judge.
They do. Is it wrong I haven't corrected them?
No, you can keep it in your back pocket.
They've seen the posters for it. They're like, Mom's a judge. I'm like, yes, I am. But I mean, I'll let them think I'm smarter than I am for a little longer.
I think you should. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
Will you
so
come
much.
back?
I would love to.
We're such a fan. Isn't she amazing? Night Court airs Tuesdays at 8 p.m. on NBC. We'll be right back. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.